Hey, what up, homies? There's one lure, one technique that has won more money and, I have to admit it, more tournaments than any other lure. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you what it is. This guy. Yeah, a stick bait. That's all it is. A stick bait. And nowadays you can buy any brand you want. You can buy the OG, a Senko. Now, who hasn't caught a big bass or won a tournament or some money with a Senko? I love a Senko. They're tried and true and they'll be around forever. You can buy a Gambler Ace. You can buy a Yum Dinger, or you can buy this guy. Now, here's my spin, my take on a stick bait. Now, I call this one the deadbeat. Here's why. It's lazy, doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere. It stays in one place, shimmers all the way down, and yet somehow, like a deadbeat, it gets the job done. Interesting. You can buy this at my TikTok shop at Big'em Outdoors. BIGEM Outdoors on the TikTok shop. But, I had to put that in. But anyway, back to the story. How and why is a stick bait so effective in fishing, but also in tournament fishing? Well, I'm going to tell you why. In tournaments, it is so important to do something different. And if you do something different, you'll wind up with some of these on your trophy mantle, okay? The point is that in some way, some form or fashion, you're going to fish, you have to fish this guy a little bit differently than the person to your right or to your left. But how can you do that? Well, there are a variety of ways. You can wacky worm, you can Texas rig, you can drag it on the bottom. You can do anything you want with a Senko. They're so versatile. But here's a way that maybe, just maybe, you haven't thought about. Let's go over it. Now, like I mentioned, a Senko, a Yum Dinger, a Gambler Ace, they are, let me grab one. They are heavily salted. Okay, the salt content is so heavy, and that's beautiful. That's wonderful because you can cast it out weightless and it's going to fall super fast, shimmying back and forth all the way down to the bottom. That's what you want. But let's say you're in a situation, a scenario, if you will, in Florida, and you're flipping reeds, or you're flipping mats, or you're flipping, a grass line, or lily pads in pre-spawn. And let's say you don't want that fast rate of fall. Let's say you wanted to hang in the air just a little bit longer so they can see it and react to it. That is where the deadbeat comes into play. You see, the deadbeat has about 50% less, yeah, I said it, less salt content than the Yum Dinger, or the Gambler Ace, or the Senko. Doesn't make it better, folks. What I'm saying is, it gives you a different option on how to do something differently than the other 3 or 4 or 10 guys in front of you when they went down this bank and were pitching or flipping a similar bait like a Senko, a Dinger, whatever it was, whatever it may be. They're fishing the same water and with the same type of bait as you, but yet you can do something differently. You can fish it in a different form and fashion, because now, instead of it falling right to the bottom like everybody else, now you can fish a stick bait, the deadbeat, with a 3/16 or 1/4 ounce weight, and you can flip or pitch that bait into the pads, and guess what? Because it has 50% less salt content. Remember, that doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it worse. It has nothing to do with it. The only thing it's going to affect is the rate of fall. It's going to fall the same exact way. shimmying back and forth. But here's the difference. It's going to fall a lot slower. Why is that so important? Because it will give them something different to look at. It's going to give that bass that is under that pad or grass or the mat or whatever it is more time to react. Because in pre-spawn, for example, the water temp may only be, 58, 59, and so forth degrees. All right, so you may want more time for that bass to see it and react to it. Now, if you're flipping mats with 1.5 ounce weight, that's a whole different ball game. But if you're fishing a Senko, which is, like I said before, won more money and more tournaments than anything else in your boat, guaranteed, I promise. Well, try this out. Try to do something different. You don't have to switch and go to 1 billion different baits, okay? You can fish the same style of bait and still get bit and still win that tournament and win a lot of money doing it. Don't reinvent the wheel, folks. Don't try to do something drastically different. Change up your presentation just a little bit. And if you do that, I promise you will catch more fish, bigger fish, make more money, and you'll win the tournament. I'll see you on the water.